I've been with the mission now for 34 years, and of course, like everybody else, I've never seen anything quite like now. The mission has been here all these years for the homeless and the hungry, and hope and programs and education, and try to get big people on their feet. Historically, what we've been doing is sheltering a little over 2,000 different people a year, men, women, and children, in a couple of different shelters, feeding between 450 and 500,000 meals a year to folks who are hungry in the community. As we have been doing this, and we have been attempting to meet every need that we possibly can, whether in shelter or out in the streets, like everybody else in the whole wide world, coronavirus shows up. And so what we would have normally taken months to develop, we had to do in a matter of days when we realized the vulnerabilities that not only the homeless individuals that we serve have, but also the staff and the volunteers. And so we meet every single day to try to say, okay, what do we have? How can we make it the safest way possible? One of the things we've done is we've developed what we call the COVID-19 Protocols and Procedure Manual that we continually refine as we move into addressing COVID. Some things that we have never done before that we're doing now, and that is giving priority sheltering to the Topeka metropolitan statistical area. In other words, if we're getting close to being full, we're going to give priority beds to people who live in the greater Topeka area. Never had done that before, didn't really need to. But due to the fact that we have people coming from all over the country at this point looking for a place to stay, we want to make sure we take care of our folks first. In that, we have a number of questions that we ask everybody who's new that comes into the mission. Where have they been recently? Have they been around anybody that has got a fever, have any particular symptoms of shortness of breath, any kind of chest pains, those kind of things, a cough? They've added on a number of different symptoms now since we first started doing this that we have to ask as well. But also we ask that of the person who is looking to be admitted for shelter or any other services. We have historically had an open door to where somebody until 7:30 at night could just walk in the front door unless there was a security concern. Now that front door is locked, and we speak to somebody on the other side of a camera with a speaker system, ask them a number of questions. This time, we have not had any homeless individuals that have had to go into isolation. We've had a number of people tested at the hospitals. We can refer people directly to the hospitals for testing if we believe they're symptomatic. Every single one that has come back, whether they were in quarantine or we just automatically referred to them to the hospital, has come back negative in regards to positive coronavirus, which is really good. We also know that that may not last forever. 600 miles from here to the west in Denver, they've got a big problem with the homeless population now. They have a number of people who have tested positive in 2 different large shelter areas there, and we know that potentially that could be a matter of time before it comes here. Which, when we built these shelters, the main building was built in 1991. The Hope Center for Women and Families was built in the year 2000. We built those shelters to get a maximum number of people in the building that we could. And so the beds were only 3 feet apart. So now we've had to take all of that and redo everything. And so conference rooms, this is actually the only conference room we have left in the whole shelter area. It's just one area. Our conference rooms, our different day areas, all that have become bedrooms now, so that we have that social distancing and sleeping distancing away from everybody to keep everybody safe. We're staying in connection with the CDC, Shawnee County health officials, KDHE, the United States Interagency Council on Homelessness, and also what's called the City Gate Network. And this is an association of rescue ministries in North America that are working with the CDC and everyone else to make sure that we're all sharing information the best that we can. And what they've told us, we were on a Zoom meeting with them last week. Everything's Zoom now. We were on a meeting with them last week, and they told us that Topeka is doing a really great job of addressing this issue, and actually took our protocols and began to share them with other rescue missions around North America. So we're very, very grateful for that, even though we're not fully done with this yet. Always been encouraged and blown away by the care, compassion, and generosity of this community. When they know there's a need and we can clearly help them to meet the need, and they can resource-wise meet the need, just like this mask, being made by the love of people donating to us. Lady the other day just donated a bunch of little shirts for some of our kids at the Hope Center with a little animal that she embroidered on them. You know, just the encouragement of people helping people in this community is just stellar. And I'm once again proud to be a part of Topeka.